everybody, KC0VI Tom here. It is another gorgeous day in North Iowa in the springtime. We're getting closer to less winter and more spring, and soon camping and other fun stuff will be going. And about 4 months ago, we picked up the 2021 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands Edition. I always feel like I should be a NASCAR when I do this, you know. A little background on that: this was owned by a young couple, I believe, with a rugrat, sea urchin, whatever you want to call those little critters, due to the fact the amount of Cheerios I found between the seats in the back when I was cleaning it up. They traded in for a different vehicle. I was trying to get the Chevy Bolt Candy in, battery replacement. The battery threw a couple of error codes and got them all upset, so they wanted to have me bring it in, but at the time they didn't have a loaner vehicle. So about a week later, the service writer called and said, "Hey, we got a car in for you. When can you pick it up?" And I said, "Well, I'm off tomorrow. I'll swing by and get it." So I went up there the next day and parked in the lot, ran inside to drop the keys off, get the keys to the loaner vehicle, and Chris, the service writer, goes, "Well, where'd you park?" I said, "Next to this yellow turd Bronco thing." He goes, "Oh, that's what you're driving." And it is a nice car. About 4 weeks later, I end up buying it. What we're going to show today is some of the mods I've done to it. First one off the bat, everybody notices this hood protection. It also got a slight lip up here to deflect the air up, to keep the windshield clean of bugs. The next item I did was the Bronco wording on the front was in white letters. I did not like that. It stood out too much. I just came from the car wash, that's why it's wet. I picked up some of these oversized letter, found some yellow paint that was fairly close. You would have died laughing in the hardware store. Talking to the girl, I want. She grabbed 4 cans of paint, spray cans. We ran outside and she was holding up these. No, this will work. Ran back inside and got it. Spray painted those and put it on there. This filler grill here to match the top grill, just so it looks better. And the license plate trim ring, there are some people with no sense of, I don't know what you want to call it. They're thieves. I mean, they wanted $100 for a plastic trim ring. You know, stainless steel ones are bad enough. They're like $20, but somebody was selling plastic ones for $89 plus $10 shipping. So I went out on Thingiverse, which is a website that hosts a lot of files for your 3D printers, and found one and printed it off. My Anycube stage isn't big enough for a full license plate one, so I had to use the one that you print the 2 halves and you snap it together. But that makes the front end, it's different, it stands out. We'll come around the side here. It did come, I don't know if they were factory installed, dealer installed, or the first owner put them in, but mud flaps. If you ever want to do anything with the car when you get it, if it doesn't have mud flaps, put mud flaps on it. It keeps the dust down on the side and dirt down on the side of the car. It keeps the rocks from flying up and doing paint chips on the side. Definitely get it. One of the items I changed was this plastic insert. It doesn't do anything, it's just a plastic insert. I took that out. These have LEDs in it and the marker lights and turn signals. Another thing I did was put some covers over the door handles. Again, all these are just put on with 3M tape. Just show it off. WeatherTech window visors. Another thing, you put those on in the summertime when you're at work, just crack the windows a little bit, keep the heat from building up in there. Really makes the interior of the car last longer. Then the big one was these car edge protectors. These go into the little dent in the doors and they stick up far enough so the guy next to you whips the door open, he's not going to ding you. Then this is kind of the running joke with some of my friends. I couldn't remember where you put the gas nozzle, because you got to remember, I drive electric during the week, and this is my weekend toy. So that covers up the gas cap. We come around the back. Again, the Bronco Sport name was in white letters, which really was ugly. So I got some of these filler they snap over. These were black when I got them. They just went on. Little accent around where you open up the door or the window. And again, a real nice step that goes in the receiver hitch. Not like I'm going to try to get up on top, but I figure if somebody's going to rear end me or get too close to me, they'll take out the radiator or something. So let's take a peek inside, show you what we did in there. In front of the display here, this is just an empty cavity. I found this, it's a little, you can put a phone or sunglasses, or just pins. just to make that more usable space. The center console has a real deep deal, and you'd be filling that thing full and digging out stuff. So I've got this little tray that just drops in there, so it's a lot easier for organization. Here in the back, we got a little silver trim ring around the registers of the center stack and over the cup holders here. Again, just to dress it up a little bit. Now, you got to remember the blankets here is because little doggy claws can't dig into the leather. It's too slippery and she slides around. There's another one up there when she rides. That way she doesn't slide around when I'm going around corners. Then in the back, just some cargo netting to keep stuff. I can either put stuff in the netting, keeps from rolling around. These foldable storage bags is something I had from another vehicle. I just threw in there because it's handy. But again, just a few items to make her stand out differently. You got to remember, Marilyn's a lady. The last item I think is real important. If you own a Bronco Sport, especially the Badland editions, you'll see why. When I first got the vehicle, I was going through a lot of the websites, user groups, and everybody's talking about the people in the back seat were always complaining of their feet getting cold. And I don't know if it's, yeah, here we go. This ductwork is just an extension. The original ductwork stops back here somewhere. And if you got these rubber mats, it's either the rubber mat is laying in front of the vent or it's actually covering it up. What this does, it just extends it out so the mat stays underneath it. It's got a little grill in here to keep bugs and critters from crawling in there. And there's one on the other side. I just slid the seat forward, the passenger seat forward, so you guys can see it. There was a couple of times this winter, before I put them on, I was going to work and I could reach back there and yeah, the floor was cold. Then after I installed, going to work a couple days later, I was able to reach back there and it does make a difference. So you got little guys in the back, or that's where the mother-in-law rides. Well, I don't know if I'd put it in there for her, but at least for the kids, put those little duct extensions to get that warm air going back into the seat. That pretty much is the general mods I've done for it. We got some other ones that are more vertical mods, I guess you call it, for radio, amateur radio stuff. But again, all these mods are either from Amazon or off eBay, some of the online places. The most expensive one was the hood guard deflector. That was like $80 some and it was on sale. It usually was over 100, but everything else was fairly inexpensive. A couple items I got left. Like I said, we'll do a separate video. We do have the FTM 400 Yaesu dual band amateur radio in there. I need to put a through the glass antenna on that for that radio. Want to put on a Bear Tracker A85. That's that CV radio with the public service scanner built into it. And along on the back, I got to get my Storm Spotter, the Austin Amateur Radio Club sticker, and of course the YouTube channel sticker on there, because this will be using mainly now for shooting videos out and about. So again, the only thing I wanted to do was dress her up a little bit. You got to remember, Marilyn's a lady, and set her different from all the other yellow or cyber yellow Bronco Badlands that are out there. Again, just dresses her up, makes her look special. 7-3, everybody. Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come out. Add comments below. 7-3, everybody. Close. 3. Oh. 3, 2.